When the ancient Hebrew poets and prophets describe what restoration and salvation look like, they turn to the imagery of the garden, where the water flows freely and the plants flourish. The sun shines brightly and the birds gather and sing from the top of tall, tall trees. You see, Hebrew folks understood gardens a bit differently than we do. When we imagine a garden, we typically think of rows and rows of vegetables, carefully tended rows or clusters of flowers. But for the Hebrews, a garden was an orchard filled with flourishing and fruitful trees. And these trees were also images for God's people. So in the Hebrew writings, the flourishing trees are representations or images of God's holy, chosen, and intentionally planted people. In today's ancient reading, the poet of Isaiah envisions the restoration and the salvation of Israel. And the poet is writing to those who are immersed and overwhelmed by the struggle. The poet offers reminders and images of who God is and what God does and how things happen in the heavenly realm. God shows up with life-giving water, with healings, which are so desperately needed for people sojourning in the wilderness. God shows up to nourish and build up and save a people. This is who God is, and this is how things are done in God's kingdom or kingdom or garden. Take a deep breath and listen.